Yo, what's going on? So you're watching this video because you're interested in, well, you're not really interested in polyphasic sleep, let's be honest. What you're interested in is accomplishment, productivity, moving forwards, becoming all that you can be. You most probably have so many interests and you want so much, you want to get the most out of life. And that's great. That is fantastic. I first came across it it must be 8 years ago now. I've tried it a few times, usually in the summer. I've pretty much tried it every year for, I would say, the past 4 years. I've made YouTube videos about it and I've had triumphs and I've had failures, mostly failures, but I'm still drawn to polyphasic sleep. So, what do you need to know? Well, if you have stress in your life, a stressful relationship, a stressful job, then stop. Where you want to start is by sticking to a consistent schedule whereby you include what it is that you're really passionate about. It could be that you're doing a degree course or it's a business of yours that you need to give time to, or maybe you want to improve, I don't know, whatever it is you're doing, you want to stick to consistently spending time on that thing, even if it's just 20 minutes. Okay, that's where you want to start, because if you already have stress in your life, you're gonna need more sleep. At least that's been my experience. You have to really be on the top of your game to even attempt polyphasic sleep. Just look at athletes. A lot of the most highly paid athletes, let's be honest, are pampered. Okay, they have everything laid out for them. They have their own chef. They have their laundry taken care of. They know that for them to compete at the highest level, they need to be chilled. Okay, so if you're already running around, this is not for you. Polyphasic sleep, to attempt a polyphasic sleep schedule is almost somewhat of a luxury. I would encourage anyone who's wanting to try it out to go into it from a place of fun, okay? Now, and it has been fun for me. There are certain experiences in life that, whilst you're going through it, it's pretty grueling and it's pretty tough. But when you look back on it, you laugh about it. You may have had that experience of going through tough times. Like, for example, when I think back to my university days and I think about, what we used to get up to. We'd come home late at night, drunk, and be waking up hungover, going to lectures. Well, at least that's what my experience of university life was like. But the point I'm making is, I look back on my polyphasic sleep experiments with fondness, okay? I don't do it because I'm already stressed about my finances and I feel like I need to carve out that extra time to work on my business, although that may be your situation. And if you feel like your back's against the wall and you've got no choice but to cut back on your sleep, then you've got to at least be eating as healthily as you can, getting plenty of vegetables, fiber, drinking plenty of water. You've got to stack everything in your favor to do this. This will most probably be, look, I'm going to talk from my own perspective. It's the most challenging thing I've ever tried in my life. And it's only up until now where I've got no stresses in my life. I was going to say you got to meditate to stack the deck in your favor, but I have hardly any stresses in my life. I don't have relationship stress. I don't have work stress because I'm a freelancer. I'm a freelance web developer and life coach. I'm taking my life coaching diploma this year, but that's another story. The point is that I've eliminated those stresses. So the excitement towards polyphasic sleep has arisen again. So that is pretty much what you need to know. If you decide to try it and it doesn't work out, look, it's not more time that you need, okay? If you go into this believing that there's a lack of time, it's not going to work. You've got to go into it believing that I can be successful even if I sleep 8 hours. If I sleep 8 hours, I can still be successful. There's plenty of people out there on planet Earth right now who are doing perfectly fine. They're perfectly happy relationships, social, fulfilled, they have hobbies, and they get 8 hours sleep. For whatever reason, you and I, assuming you're interested in it like I am, for whatever reason, we're curious about sleep in general. We enjoy pushing ourselves and challenging ourselves, but we go into it from a place of fun. We go into it knowing that we live in an abundant universe, that there is no lack. You can create the experience of lack, but what it really is an abundance of lack. There is no lack in the universe. And it's my faith that allows me to make use of these ideas and to apply them. And then by applying them, it becomes my experiential knowledge. So right now, the idea that we live in an abundant universe and that energy is constantly being sent to us by source energy, it's not my experiential knowledge, and that's what's going to hopefully unfold on these videos, and I will reach the point of it being my experiential knowledge, and I will be a person who does perfectly fine on 3 to 4 hours sleep. That's what I'm aiming for. So energy is constantly being sent, but we pinch off the energy flow by our own resistant thoughts, our own negativity, worry about paying the bills, worry about making it in our career, passing that exam, getting that honours degree. It's the worry, projecting our minds into the future and trying to deal with tomorrow, we pinch ourselves off from that energy flow. Okay? So awareness is key, being aware of what you're thinking. You can only cope with today. You can only cope with what is in front of you. Now, I'm aware that this is somewhat of a long video, but it's just the introduction to let you know what you're potentially getting yourself in for. And just for the record, obviously I'm not a doctor, and if you're going to be playing around with your sleep and your diet, you should consult your GP or your physician first to let them know what you're doing. And in my opinion, nobody should be getting behind the wheel of a vehicle feeling sleepy, okay? You're a fucking knobhead if you're going to do that, in my opinion. So, that being said, beside me, I've got my daily checklist. I'm not a huge fan of schedule. I like to keep things flexible. I like the freedom of waking up in the morning and being able to do whatever takes me in the moment. But here's the thing. certain things don't get done if I don't have a schedule. So I think what we'll do is, I pretty much said all I want to say. You got to eliminate the stress. You got to stack the deck in your favor. Eat healthy, meditate, exercise. I'd recommend martial arts, yoga, anything that involves moving the body, breathing, hydrating yourself. You've got to be in shape if you're going to do this. Okay, so what am I aiming for? I'm aiming for the everyman, okay? And I've been doing everyman for the past 4 days. I'm going to document my sleep on these checklists that I've designed for myself. So I've got my core, my naps, my morning qigong, learning code because I'm a programmer. Well, I'm aiming to be a programmer. I'm actually a web developer. I don't do programming on a daily basis, but I'm planning to. My life coaching, because I'm taking my life coaching diploma this year. Candle focus. I want to be making a video every day. Even if I don't upload it, I will practice talking into the camera. The whole idea is that you spend time on your craft daily, okay? To get that compound, there's a compounding effect when you spend time on your craft daily. I've also got a checkbox for desires, which is writing down and visualizing my goal. What is it that I truly desire? I'm going to write it down in the morning. I'm going to write it down before I go to bed. I'm going to visualize it. I'm going to find that feeling place. I'm also going to be writing down what I appreciate about each day. At least 3 things that I appreciate about each day. If you want things to improve, you have to acknowledge what is already working in your life if you want more things to work. Okay, so if you're the complaining type, again, you're pinching yourself off from that source energy. So that's what I'm aiming to do. I hope you got something from that video. And that's pretty much it. I'll be sharing more with you in future videos. The channel isn't just about sleep. I've renamed it Aligned Hustle. It's about hustle. It's about sleep. It's also about game. Now, I haven't been dating for a while. I've been focusing on building my business, building my body, physically and mentally, spiritually. But I do want to be getting out there more in the world, so I'm strengthening my relationships with family, friends, with myself first and foremost. Then I want to start dating again. I want to start having fun. Whilst I have no commitments. But that's another thing, we'll get into that later on. Hope you got something from that. Any questions, leave them below. And hey, if words like source energy, consciousness, quantum physics, law of attraction, Taoism, Buddhism, meditation, Qigong, candle focus, if any of that stuff turns you off, it's probably not the channel for you. But good luck. I'll catch you later. Peace.